Alright, there we are, back. And yeah, so we gotta find the rest of the soda poppers.
Can I play with that?
No, it drives people crazy.
Who?
Me!
Ah, the tiki. Holdover from the days when you could sell all kinds of cheap crap without a successful children's television show.
Envious?
A little. Hold all my calls, please.
Hey, keep away from my intercom.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Sam. Thanks for taking care of that wacko. I wish there was some way I could repay you.
Could use another 10 grand.
Have you got 10 grand?
I'm new at this. I have a lot of student loans.
Great! Loan us a student. I can ride it around like a pony.
It's nice to see you show such enthusiasm. Security.
Max might like a tattoo.
Ooh, yeah! I want a map of the Netherlands on my Netherlands.
I get the cold shivers just thinking about remembering hearing you say that.
I'm out of the tattoo business anyway. I'm a licensed psychotherapist.
I'd like a map of the Netherlands on my Netherlands.
Can you fix cars? Ours sometimes makes a noise like an orangutan with the dry heaves.
That's my fault. I've been keeping an orangutan in the trunk.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not much of a mechanic anyway, except with unicycles.
I suppose you could psychoanalyze me.
Hey, yeah, I could count your marbles for you. I have a license, you know.
Will this be painful?
Only if we do it right. Now, there are a couple things we can try. We could look at some ink blots, we could try some pre-association, I could interpret your dreams for you.
What was that sound? Sounded like a monster or something for a second. Let's try ink blots.
How do ink blots work?
And can we make them ourselves?
It's easy. I just show you some pictures, and you tell me what you see. Your responses can reveal things like obsessions, or obsessions. Take a look at this, and tell me what you see.
Pennies on the eyes of a dead mime. Pair of oxen boxing in a rowboat. Okay. Susan Lucci holding an Emmy. The results of the last time I let Max drive.
The results of the last time I let Max drive.
All right. Now, how about this one?
Bunch of bacteria playing basketball, pigeons on the marquee at Men's Chinese Theater, an SUV crashing into an opulent mansion, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Pigeons on the marquee at Man's Chinese Theater.
And this?
A squirrel that got run over twice, my Uncle Louis' moth-eaten wallet, coded love notes from space aliens, or an autograph written in Braille.
My Uncle Louis' moth-eaten wallet.
Now this one. What do you see?
Elephants at the New York Stock Exchange, cheering crowd of lanky albinos, the exhaust manifold of a bread truck, 20 nuns with machine guns.
20 nuns with machine guns out for vengeance.
And this one?
That blotchy thing a flashbulb does to your eyes, an orangutan escaping from the trunk of a DeSoto, a war between two teams of abstract shapes, a debit card fed through the document shredder. Let's pick the orangutan.
An orangutan trying to escape from the trunk of a DeSoto.
Your responses are kind of all over the map. I can't tell a whole lot from them. Sorry.
Thanks, Doc.
Okay, so I guess...
Actually, let's save the psychoanalysis for later.
Postponing responsibilities. Interesting.
So yeah, I think we'll probably have to do something with that, you know, get, I don't know, certified for something. do now? This is the question. Can we call someone?
Hello, Mr. Pizza? Send over another gargantuan anchovy and hot sauce special, please.
Okay, I guess we can't really call anyone. We can't find the rat.
I don't need any more cheese.
You're telling me.
Yoo-hoo, tiny hoodlums.
Nobody home. I guess we can watch the video.
On this week's edition of Oh, Is He Still Alive? We look at the stars of the 1970s television hit, The Soda Poppers.
I love shows that destroy all our cherished illusions about the stars we once loved.
During the Soda Poppers' heyday, young Specs was the role model for obsessive neat freaks all over the globe. Ticker-tape-free ticker-tape parades were thrown in honor of the Soda Popper, who never missed a spot. Backstage, though, things were quite a bit dirtier. Specs' obsession with perfection caused massive delays in shooting and infuriated co-workers. He famously demanded over 11,000 retakes of the line, "You made me mess up," made all the more annoying because of his tendency to repeat the line immediately after reading it. Following the show, Specs was rarely seen in public, although he did make one ill-fated venture into celebrity tag team mud wrestling, getting pinned in a record 3 seconds as he desperately tried to wipe down the ring with a dish rag. The meltdown utterly enraged his tag team partner and good friend, the Dog from My Mother the Dog, who stormed out of the arena without a word. They haven't spoken since. Coming up next, the Soda Popper who couldn't always keep it in.
Alright, I guess we have a video. So let's watch that and see what happens, because I think that's the only thing we can do right now.
Okay, Max, ready for that ocular workout?
No, stop! We don't have any popcorn.
Sweet alligator dentures soaking in formaldehyde. That was close. Quick, before it starts.
Hello, I'm Brady Culture. You may remember me from Culture's Clubhouse, the massive worldwide television hit that ran for 6 episodes in 1970. What you are about to see will change your life forever. So watch closely. Now listen up, you tasteless Philistines. We love you. You adore me. You want to name all your children after me.
I love you. I adore you. I want to name all my children after you.
Sam, look!
Ocular fitness, my eye. That videotape hypnotized Jimmy Two Teeth.
I think I like him better this way.
We've got to find this Brady Culture and stop him before he hypnotizes every consumer of cheap self-help videos.
Ooh, can I have his hair when we're done?
Only if you keep it on a leash.
Alright. So I guess we know now what this does. Good. And I didn't watch, so no need to worry. Yeah, that music is really good. So tempted to just browse over and see if the soundtrack is available somewhere. Given Telltale is out of business, who knows if that's still... Oh well, but Jared Emerson Johnson, or whatever his name was, I think he... He is probably... That's Max. Okay, I just thought, like, who's coming there back there? What's that white thing? And it was Max's ears behind the car. So yeah, he probably can get it from this website or something. Would be nice. Let's see if
Hey,
there's
Specs.
anything in Specs.
Tell me something about that trendy modern street art you're perpetrating.
What about it?
How did you select your subject matter?
He looks like a fried egg.
It's Brady Culture. He's the genius behind the IBO Ocular Fitness program. You really should try one of his videos.
I'd rather try a fried egg.
Sounds
I have an
fascinating.
idea.
But enough about that.
You can
So-
never get enough of Brady Culture's IBO.
Well,
So we
we'll
probably
leave
have
you to it.
But
know,
you have to agree
take
to
them
paint
all
me
out.
next.
Sorry, I only paint Brady Culture.
And he had this "you made me mess up" thing. And we have a spray paint can.
I don't want to get into a paint fight in my good suit.
Okay. Can we knock him out?
Caffeine Rush.
Sweet carbonated beverages in a pig trough. He's gone.
Who would have thought such tiny legs could move so fast?
Wow.
You made me mess up.
Talk to Max.
Our vandal is quite speedy. I'm not sure we'll be able to subdue him by normal means.
You mean trickery is called for?
Exactly. Some say vandalism is the poetry of our time.
I hate vandalism, except when I do it myself, of course.
Lovely weather we're having, isn't it?
So balmy and sulfurous, it makes me want to feed expired food products to stray animals and homeless people.
Head like a watermelon and a heart to match. That's my pal. Let's get cracking.
Yeah!
Hello?
I don't think white's your color, little buddy.
Don't even try it.
Hey, Specs. Let's talk some more about your artwork.
What about it?
Are you aware that vandalism is illegal? And worse, unoriginal.
We like to punish people who do it who aren't us.
How could this be vandalism? Everyone loves Brady Culture.
Is the paint supposed to go outside the lines like that?
What? No! Where?
I'm just pulling your dwarfish leg, my friend.
Don't do that!
Well, we'll leave you to it.
But you have to agree to paint me next.
Sorry, I only paint Brady Culture.
So the question is, now that we've talked to him and had that messed up conversation.
I don't want to get into a paint fight in my good suit.
Nope. Okay. Doesn't even react. My nose is itching. What's going on? So, what can we do to make you... punch him? And tear gas him
Hey,
because-
quit it, Brain Freeze.
Looks like this stuff doesn't work on people who wear glasses. Nah.
Oh, wait. I have an idea. Right. So the other one was right under the window. We know we dropped people out of the window. So can we mess this one up?
This could use a little improvement.
Aw.
Hey, you messed it up! Oh, now I've gotta fix it, Brain Freeze.
Yes. Okay. Aw, but it's such a cute kitty.
Can you believe we get paid for this?
I love this country.
You made me mess up.
Oh, you fixed it.
Now this is quality television. Except, hold on. My evil plan is in jeopardy. Who dares to oppose me? Hey, that was pretty good. Better.
Well, we've admired our handiwork long enough.
Maybe just one more second? Okay, let's go.
All right. So we have another soda popper. Can we get him to Sybil? Or maybe we can unhypnotize him ourselves. Yes.
Take control of your mind.
Is it working?
I don't know. Destroy the intruder in your dreams.
Snap out of it, you big baby.
What's going on? Why is my outfit all wrinkled?
He's back.
Quick, act like a chicken.
No, tell us where we can find Brady Culture's home for former child stars. We've got to stop that fiend from hypnotizing anyone else.
The home? It's 227 something. Wizard would remember the street. He always does the driving.
Can you take us there?
Are you kidding? I've got hours of ironing to do.
Well, that was helpful.
All right. So 2 out of 3. Is there anything?
Remember our old car, Max?
I said I was sorry.
They say graffiti is the poetry of our time.
Just what we need. More lame poetry.
We can vandalize these. Wait. Let's do it to all of them. This is important, people. This is important. Never forget to vandalize in a game when you can. It's important. It's, loot first, vandalizing second, and then, story choices, gameplay mechanics, whatever. Also, that's a new drawing. Same as before.
They say graffiti is the poetry of our time.
Yes.
Just what we need. More lame poetry.
Just what we need. Okay, it's in that one as well. I would love if they thought to add an achievement for that or something. But I guess that's the idea, you might initially only see that one and then think maybe I can get him away from there and so vandalize that one and not realize the one under the window can be vandalized. Come on. This camera panning down that alley is makes it a lot harder to walk back out. Alright, I think we've beautified all the Brady cultures we could find. So now we got an achievement. Well, if it's not an achievement, I have an achievement in my heart.
Who's there? Oh, it's just you.
Hey, Bosco.
What can I do for you?
Nice place you got here.
What's so nice about it?
What's with the maximum security prison motif?
You've been robbed as many times as I have. You do the same.
I've never been robbed, actually. But then I typically point a large firearm at anyone who approaches me.
You crack me up, little buddy.
You crack me up, little buddy.
What were we talking about? About the Munchkin terrorism.
What about it?
Any other heinous terrorist activities to report?
Yes, he keeps using my bathroom. Who knows what he's doing in there?
I think I know.
So, we've got an unwanted video dumper and serial leak taker.
Not even the National Guard can help us now.
So all this Wizard character's doing is delivering videos.
And abusing his bathroom privileges.
That's it? Did he steal any of your overpriced merchandise or at least try to disembowel you with a sharpened spork?
No way. I've got BTAD, the single most technologically advanced security system ever conceived by the human mind.
BTADS? Is that one of those acronym things I've been hearing so much about?
Yep, Bosco Tech Automated Defense System. I made it myself.
Wow, I always wanted to automate my defense. How does it work?
Just pull a weapon, you'll see. Or try and walk out of here with something. Go ahead, I dare you.
Maybe we will.
At the risk of sounding callous, how come your fancy pants defense system can't even stop small bladder boy over here?
It was designed to keep people from taking stuff out of the store, not from bringing it in.
Ah, right. A rare case of reverse shoplifting.
Shop dropping.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think we got it.
Okay, anything else?
We'll chat more later, Bosco, but right now it's time to get up close and personal with that pint-sized evildoer.
Stop that crazy man before he kills us all!
Alright, so how do we...
Public restrooms. Unholy temples to all things unsanitary. I wouldn't go in there for all the TNT Landia.
I'll do it.
I like that there's actually a max
Uh-oh.
on there.
Time out for number one.
Looks like he opened his floodgates.
I hope he enjoys it as much as I did.
Alright. And maybe now... Oh, we don't have the cheese. Almost
Well,
done.
it is on special.
And we are running dangerously low.
Okay. Have Max use the bathroom again.
Ooh, fun.
I thought, like, the... Yeah, wait,
Uh-oh.
they talk about the bathroom.
Time
Holy
out
terror,
for
lots
number
of terror.
one.
Extreme terror.
If you really love someone, give them the gift of cheese.
Ooh, I
That's
just
true.
can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets it. What the? Time out for number one.
We're saved!
That's a whole lot more entertaining when it's not happening to me.
It's pretty entertaining either way.
Oh, he wet his widow pants. Classic. Just classic. Wait a second. My evil plan is in ruins. The dog and bunny will rue the day they crossed me. Rue the day, I say.
Hey, you just gonna leave him there?
We'll rue the day. Rue the day! Or something like that. Alright, now we gotta wake him up as well, I guess?
Take control of your mind. Destroy the intruder in your dreams.
Nicely done, Sam. You're a natural.
Where am I? Who are you?
Don't worry, we're freelance police.
Police! Oh
He's getting away in that truck!
Quick, follow that soda popper.
Oh.
Hurry, Sam. He's getting away.
Time out for number one.
Take the wheel, buddy.
With pleasure. Watch out!
Oh.
Got it.
Yes!
Oh, that was easy.
Don't shoot!
Hi, Lucius.
Aside
How's
from
it going?
the fact that we just plugged your truck, why would you think we'd shoot you?
Except for the obvious sport value, of course.
It's just, you always see cops on the news beating up some guy just because he's a former child star.
We would never dream of hurting former child stars. We just need to find the home where Brady Culture keeps them.
Oh, why didn't you say so? It's right over there, across the street.
Jumping elephant fleas.
How devilishly convenient.
Thanks.
Does anyone know where I can find a bathroom?
So, hi, Lucius. How's it going? Yeah, we're playing Sam & Max Culture Shock. We just knocked out 2 hypnotized guys and thereby unhypnotized them. And now we're going to where we think they were hypnotized. You haven't played this game before, yeah. So this is, just to clarify, there's the original Sam & Max from LucasArts, and then there is this one, which is the Telltale miniseries based on that original game and the comics that all of this is based on, of course. So it's not the first game, it's the first Telltale season, so sort of the second game. Like one season roughly makes up a game. You think you played the original game? Okay, yeah. Yeah, the original game was fun. We played another Sam & Max game that was ported to iPad. I'm trying to remember. Telltale ported like a bunch of these seasons. But I don't know if it was Sam & Max or if it was the later games. Like most of the Telltale games I think got ported. I think this one, you know, because this is still the, I mentioned that earlier, that's why I said, you know, you weren't there. This is actually like an earlier version of the engine, which is why it was Windows only, and like it behaves slightly different because you can like just click and they'll walk there, and in later ones they have the tank controls where you kind of need to, you know, press buttons on the keyboard to move them around. So anyway, yeah, so it sounds like this game wouldn't be on iPad, but it could be that the later ones were on iPad, because I definitely know they made Mac versions of the later seasons, because back then I played those games on the Mac. And I think that was like the newer engine, they did a Mac port, but this game only came out on Windows. So, yeah, Sam & Max Hit the Road is the original then, yeah. They ported a lot, you know, like via ScumVM, that open source engine that plays LucasArts games on any system. Did lots of LucasArts adventures there, so it totally makes sense that you might have played that one on the iPad. But I know that at least Jurassic Park from Telltale was available for iPad, and I think the Monkey Island, Tales of Monkey Island, I think I had on iPad as well. I know my iPad is in the other room, I can't check right now. But yeah, something like that. So yeah, we're at Brady Culture's home for former child stars now. Let's try to find out. What's this exit door? Oh.
This one's very locked. It says here they only treat patients with something called artificial personality disorder.
Sounds tasty. What's in it?
Apparently, it's common in former child stars. Symptoms include, let's see, obsession with money, violent reactions to hairstyling, and an unconscious desire to marry one's mother.
Forsooth.
You don't even know what that means, do you?
No, but it sounds all classically literate.
Not much of a secret, is it?
Sam & Max Hit the Road is cool because it, like, there's this one song from the soundtrack, the one that Conroy Bumpus sings, you know, like, I remember my childhood in Brighton, when dear old dad would bounce me on his knee. He'd say, son, there ain't nothing as exciting as exposing beasts to inhumanity. That one. Yeah, I love that. And, like, every time someone mentions Brighton in any context, like, I have that song in my head again. There's some great music in the games. That song was from there. Yeah, that was from the original Sam & Max. It's when you meet Conroy. It's what's the chorus is that's why I'm happy to be king of the creatures, proud to be the lord of the odd. I like collecting things with grotesque features. Oh, it's tough to be a country western star, something like that. And it's that country singers from Hit the Road that did that. Anyway, they have I think 3 seasons of this, so if I don't know, it could also be depending on what version you played. Like if you didn't have the voiceover audio or something, then maybe you didn't actually hear that song because it's just, you know, like a text on the screen. Then of course I don't know whether Sam & Max existed in a musicless version. Like I know some of the earlier games didn't have that, but anyway, it's like just one scene where you like come in on the main villain and he does this musical number with like all the trophies he's hunted. It's a very fun moment. So yeah, generally Sam & Max games are the music is very important, I think.
Looks like a shifty character to me.
Don't they all?
Success story, Harry Moleman. Okay, let's see. Insert forms here.
Disturbing little monkey. Reminds me of a job I had once.
You were a monkey?
Essentially.
I don't get that reference. How would he have had a job and why was he a monkey?
The black hole.
What's a black hole, Sam?
It's a star that's been crushed under its own weight, destined to desolate darkness for all eternity.
That actually, in the context, makes a lot more sense. It's a star that's been crushed for all eternity.
Now treating artificial personality disorder.
Alley of Perpetual Darkness. Okay, can we go in the gate?
Locked. The power of Ibo.
Looks more like the glower of Ibo.
Alright, I guess that's all we can do here. Lucius, hope you had a great week. Hope you had fun, and thanks for singing with me occasionally. That's also fun. I'm horribly behind on my singbacks. I haven't done much Twitch sings last week. But I'll probably get back to you and sing at you again. Okay, we can't look at this.
I wonder if I should take this to a professional.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
I guess this is where you stick your admission form.
What happens if we stick this one in there? We'll probably just say...
It didn't like it.
I bet we have to get that officially filled out by a licensed psychiatric professional. Trust me, I have experience with these things.
Okay, that was a not so subtle hint. But okay, it wasn't. I don't know, like it didn't seem.
Where we going, Sam?
Since we encountered Sybil before. You didn't know that I think I'm a Clone Now mashup until I made it. Oh, you didn't. Okay, cool. Then I guess it was good that that I that I sang it at you. I thought, like you'd appreciate it at least, and I thought you'd maybe heard it before. Like it was for a while. Like it was done by one Apple employee. On background story. Okay, let's go back. Wait. Story time. So we were so on Twitch Sings, you make duets. You sing with someone else, like you have a karaoke track of the music and you have the lyrics and you sing that and record it, and then someone else records the other half, of course. And they have the song I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany on there, which is what Al Yankovic parodied to make I Think We're a Clone Now, which in turn Dave Garr, who worked at Apple, made a version of singing about when Michael Spindler was head of Apple and licensed the Mac OS out to other computer manufacturers. So basically letting other companies, like, what was it, Power Star or something like that, Star Max, Motorola was among them, a few other companies. Anyway, so there were other companies making Macs that was like in the mid-late 90s. And so what I did was I went on Twitch Sings and like switched a nice background with Apple logos in the background so that some people might spot it and go, oh, I'll check this out. And sang the Dave Garr lyrics, not the original lyrics that it showed me on the screen. And so what I in the end did was I sang the duet with myself, but for the first one I wanted to have someone else to do it with. And since Lucius is a iOS programmer and things like that, I thought, and he had just done that song, and I saw that in the list and went, oh, that song is on here. I sang the different lyrics with him and kind of like at the start apologized to him and said, I hope you don't mind. You're the closest person I know to someone who will likely not mind that song. Power Computing, yeah, that was the name, and other clone makers, right? Yeah. There was, I think it was Motorola directly, or it was like a subsidiary that Motorola made to make Mac clones. And Power Computing and StarMax, I think, was the other one called. There were a few other ones. Some of them, I think, are still around or were around for a while. Some of them, were just like companies who, like assembled PCs or something. Others were like, for example, some made extension cards for Mac before that. And I think there was one that Apple actually bought when they closed all the other, like when they stopped the licenses. There was a pretty mean trick, I guess. The license said that, for System 7 was the license. And so what Apple did was, like, at the last second, they took System 7.6 and renamed it to System 8. And that meant, all the new system versions were System 8, and to make a Mac clone with that version of macOS, you would have to buy a new license, and of course they gave nobody a new license, and that way, they just stopped being able to sell Mac clones. Because, like, Apple originally thought, those Mac clone makers would make, like low-end machines or like for, niche use cases or something that Apple wasn't interested in. But what happened was that they basically undercut Apple in the high-end market. Or some of them, I don't know which one it was, maybe it was Power Computing, but one of the companies actually released the first multi-CPU Mac because Apple had only single CPU Macs at the time. And so one of those companies actually built a Mac with several CPUs and somehow made it work. So yeah, and of course then, you know, like the people who needed high performance bought that machine and installed and used it with macOS and didn't buy that machine from Apple. And so suddenly, like a whole lot of people who would have bought Apple's top product went to that other company's product. And so when Steve Jobs came back to Apple, like one of the first things he did was see, you know, how sales had gone down and how these other companies were making money from what Apple basically wanted from that market segment, and just said, okay, we'll just stop licensing macOS. And he did that by renaming 7.6 to macOS 8. So you can actually on some, I think like there are actually system CDs out there that look like macOS 8, but if you call like about this Macintosh, it will say 7.6 or something. It might have been like the Final Candidate or something disk. I don't remember where people got it. There's also some places where, you know, like I found one computer exhibition that showed old computers, and that actually I realized at some point had a system extension installed that made System 7 look like System 8. So because like System 8 had this whole new redesign going. Power computing was too powerful to be left alive. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was so that was the clone. And so like at that point that the song was made, that was the start of the cloning. So it was all like rah rah, Apple will take over the computer business and Intel will be sad because we have these fast RISC CPUs and we have all these clone makers who will extend our market and things like that. And so when that didn't work out, that was different. So hopeful, but then it turned out to gut Apple. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I remember, you know, I was a Mac user at the time, so I remember these things happening and going like, oh yeah, you know, like Windows, that's how Windows got its foot in the market, was they let anyone bundle Windows with their computers, and it became the big operating system. So of course that would work for the Mac. And yeah, that was like, I don't know, 12-year-old me, 14-year-old me, whenever it was, wasn't really didn't realize that that's not how it works. Let's waste precious time driving around aimlessly. Let's
Back to the office.
Sorry. I should maybe switch back here. Oh, I just realized the chat doesn't show up in on the webcam thing. I'll have to do that as well. I can actually. Do you mind some live editing on the heart? Oh, come on. Oh, right. I've got the keyboard switched to the wrong computer. That's why. So let's copy these two overlays. Go to the webcam scene. Paste the two overlays. And it placed it in slightly the wrong open heart surgery of the OBS settings. Yes, exactly. Yeah, OBS is not perfect, but it's a lot of OBS issues are like just weird ways of solving things where their standard ways exist. So you can usually get things done if you just remember, oh, this is how OBS does it. And this is... Oops, now the base scene doesn't show. Oh, because the game is switched out, I guess. Yeah, it takes a while to come back. Okay, let's just copy this transform as well. By the way, if you're wondering how to use OBS, one of the very convenient things is like all the size is saved as a transform. And you can copy and paste those like by right-clicking on this and selecting copy transform from the contextual menu. So you can actually, like if you have several spots where you want the same. Okay, so now we should have the webcam scene should have the overlay as well. So go back here and go back in the game, which hopefully will have audio again and picture. Wonderful. All right. Yeah. So if you want to set up several scenes to be similar, then you can do that by creating by copying the overlays and then copying their transforms so that they will end up in the same position. Or if you want items in the same spot, but they're different items. And one of the cool things, if you're not on a Mac but on Windows, then with OBS, it's in the wrong spot. Yeah, it was for a moment. I think it should be fine now. I had to move it for a second. One of the cool things on the Windows version is that I think they didn't have that in the Mac version yet, is that you can use a scene, an entire second scene on another overlay. I guess I can show you that here. Oh no, I can't because I'm not screen capturing right now. Okay, never mind. So let's just leave that. But anyway, so you can take a scene and make it an overlay in another scene. So for example, what I've done is I have a base scene that contains the... Oh no, wait, it's still in the wrong position, isn't it? Because I moved it in the other scene. I think it's good enough. It should really be more here, I guess. I want some room at the bottom because of the other scenes. Test T. Thank you. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I'm leaving the bottom here free because at the starting scene, for instance, you know, there still needs to be room. And so if I ever use a starting scene that already shows the webcam, for instance, then I would want to use it. So this is the base webcam scene here that you're seeing right now. And then there's the actual webcam scene with the overlays. And that's basically just the overlay on top of the webcam scene. And the close-up scene is basically the same, just with the webcam scene blown up so large that most of it is off screen and only I am here in the middle. Hello. And so that's what I'm doing here, basically. And the fun part is that here in this scene, same, just blurry. Aww. I mean, yeah, I've just blown it up, so yeah, it's blurry. It's not the second webcam with like zoomed in. But anyway, here the webcam, that's actually also the webcam scene. And you can put a filter over an overlay. But the problem is that applies to the entire, to all the scenes. So if I use the webcam scene anywhere, it will have the filter on it. So what I did was I put a group around it and put the filter on the group. So I have a webcam with like the rounded corners. I'm pointing at this on the screen, but of course you can't see that. But anyway, so the rounded corners that you might notice on the webcam on the right, that's actually a filter with a mask cutting off those. I also had a version with a circle. Yeah, you're right. My graffiti improvements have disappeared. I guess he's insisted on cleaning those up. Alright, but anyway, so those are cool things you can do. Where were we? It wasn't until the iMac came out that they came back. Yeah, basically, that was Steve Jobs coming back to Apple, and then he took... I think he came back in 96, 98, something like that. When Apple bought... Oh, well, when Next bought Apple for a negative sum, basically. Apple paid Next to take them over. Then where were we? Yeah. And then they started, yeah, with like making a simpler version of macOS 8, and at the same time bringing out the Next-derived macOS 10. Although, you know, like early, like there was the macOS 10 Server 1.0 that was basically the Next operating system with a macOS 8 theme. You still have one of those CRT egg iMacs. Yeah, yeah. I think yours was the second generation, right? It was like the ones that came in different colors. The original one only came in that, what was it called, Bondi Blue. Yeah. 1999. Yeah, that. I guess that makes sense. Like, I think 98 was probably the first iMac, and that was kind of, yeah, where it made sense. And that was still macOS 9. That was still the old macOS, just with a bit of reskin and some bundled extensions and stuff. Look at us nerding out about Mac stuff. Old Mac stuff to go.
Do you think I might have artificial personality disorder?
Interesting.
Symptoms include, let's see, obsession with money, violent reactions to hairstyling, and an unconscious desire to marry one's mother.
Hey, I know! I could psychoanalyze you!
Okay, let's examine my obsessions with ink blots.
Can we do some more ink blots? Those are entertaining.
Sure. Let's take another look at your unseemly obsessions. Take a look at this and tell me what you see.
Okay, and now we go pennies on the eyes of a dead mime, so it's money.
Pennies on the eyes of a dead mime.
Interesting. Now, how about this one?
Bunch of bacteria, pigeons on a marquee at men's Chinese. It's SUV crashing in opulent mansion. St. Valentine's. I guess opulent mansion.
An SUV crashing into an opulent mansion.
And this?
Squirrel that got run over twice. My Uncle Louis' moth-eaten wallet. Coded love notes from space aliens. Autograph written in Braille. I guess the moth-eaten wallet it is.
My Uncle Louis' moth-eaten wallet.
Now this one. What do you see?
Elephants at the New York Stock Exchange. Cheering crowd of lanky albinos. Exhaust manifold of a bread truck. 20 nuns with machine guns. Okay, Stock Exchange is
Elephants
money.
at the New York Stock Exchange.
And this one?
Blotchy thing a flashbulb does to you. Orangutan escaping from the trunk of DeSoto. War between two teams of abstract shapes. Debit card fed through a document shredder.
A debit card fed through a document shredder.
Well, judging by your responses, you seem to be fairly obsessed with money. That's a symptom of artificial personality disorder. I'd better mark it on your chart.
Alright.
Very interesting. We should test you for the other symptoms of APD.
Whatever you say, Sawbones.
I'm not a sawbones. I'm a psychotherapist.
Tomato, tomato. Hey, I'm getting hungry.
Okay, let's try free association. Yeah, but it was an interesting time to live through with all these Apple things that were happening at the time. Like, you know, they had like every year or something, they had a new CEO, and they had like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and this will save us, and yeah, it was interesting. And you know, you didn't know that it would work out in any positive way. There was the whole story of everyone thinking, oh yeah, Jean-Louis Gasset left Apple. That's the Jean-Louis mentioned in the lyrics, by the way. Jean-Louis Gasset he came from Apple France. He actually has a website and blogs fairly insightful things occasionally about like tech industry in general and Apple in particular. And I think he was like at the front of Apple France is where he started out, and via Apple Europe then got to be at Apple proper, like as one of the execs, and or the board or whatever, I don't know, like high up at least. And he was like vehemently against making clones, and I think he left when Spindler announced all that cloning business. Or Diesel, as they apparently called him, because apparently Michael Spindler was a German, the Apple CEO at the time of that song that started this conversation. You started making money with Mac apps in 1999, which was weird because everyone was telling me Apple was dying and there was no future in it. Jean-Louis Gasset, didn't he start B? Exactly. It's the guy who started B. He went away from Apple, and just like Steve Jobs went away from Apple and started Next, Jean-Louis Gasset started B. And at the time when Steve Jobs came back, there was actually a lot of talk, you know, and everyone expected them to buy B and not Next, because that seemed like so much of a better fit. Like B had a modern operating system, had a great file system, and had was C++ based, so it was a language that most Mac developers were already familiar with. And but in the end, they decided on going with Next and Steve Jobs. I think it was that basically BOS had a lot of the same things missing. Like, it was a modern system, but for example, I don't think BOS had multi-user logins yet. Next, of course, was just a Unix, so like it had that fundamentally built in. On the other hand, Next was pretty bad when it comes to multimedia. So like its sound stuff and particularly the, movie playback, it didn't have. But then Apple had QuickTime, so that was the thing where they wouldn't have used Next stuff anyway. And so it was kind of like Next seemed like the worst operating system when compared on its own to BOS. But when you compared taking Next Step and bits and bobs from macOS and comparing that to BOS, then you ended up much better than if you went with BOS and bits of bobs of macOS. And that was where Apple was, I guess. And I think there might have been a thing where, like, I think Gasset might have asked more money or something as well. I don't remember the exact... There's a bunch of stories like that where, like, Apple wanted to buy someone, and then, for example, like someone was on a vacation for a weekend, and then Apple went, well, we haven't had a reply from them, let's go with the other one. Like, the famous story, of course, is when Apple wanted to make iTunes and wanted to buy an MP3 player to do it with. And the famous options on the table were SoundJam MP by Cassidy and Green and Panic's Audion. And like Panic is like everyone who is like a Mac developer will tell you, like, Panic is the people to emulate. They're the ones who create like really good, usable, and powerful Mac software, and have been for decades. And so Audion seemed like the more obvious choice, but the Panic guys were, I think they were on vacation or something for like the weekend or the week or whatever that Apple wanted to call them, and so by the time they were back to finish their talks, because like Apple had, negotiated a lot with both parties, and so suddenly then Apple, they had missed the window because Apple had called them, they hadn't replied, and then they went, okay, let's go with Cassidy and Green. And that's the iTunes we got then. That was basically SoundJam MP with a new skin. The first version, of course. Like, today's iTunes is barely recognizable as anything similar to the original. Like, yeah, it has a list of songs and it plays MP3s, but, these days you could just, point QuickTime at those files and write the rest around it yourself. You read a story that Gasset wanted to focus on higher-end computers. Yeah, it was. I think it might have. I don't remember what it was, as I said. The only thing I remember, that's something I remembered now as well, is that also next, Gasset had basically like picked the clone platform for BOS. So basically a Beatbox was a PowerPC machine. So BOS had already been ported to PowerPC. Whereas Next Step was available for a lot of platforms. It was available for Windows NT. That was like basically a Next Step library that could run on text on top of Windows NT. I think they had a straight-on Intel version as well. They, of course, shipped their own 68000 hardware. And they had, like, some RISC platforms, like HP PA or whatever it was called. But they didn't actually have PowerPC. And on the other hand, BOS at the time they were bought, or like shortly before it, had been shipping their software on PowerPC machines. So that's also why most people expected it to be BOS if they buy another company to help them get a more modern operating system. But of course, since Next had proven that it was that it could be ported between platforms, and it had already been ported to several RISC platforms, it was kind of like, they should be able to do it, they have already, they already know all the spots they need to change to move it to a new CPU architecture. So that was one of the smaller problems. You remember reading how Next changed from making hardware to licensing their OS. Next Step was a better long-term option. I guess it worked out or something. I don't know, I mean, it's like, if you look at how important the internet is right now, I think having multiple user accounts built in already and not having to retrofit that on BOS, I think was already a good thing to have. On the other hand, if you look at it, BOS was a completely new operating system and kernel, or at least a lot younger. I don't know if BOS was based on anything or if it was the last one that was basically written from scratch. But, so BOS is definitely the more modern operating system to the core. Whereas Unix is just, of all the operating systems we have, it was the one that was best fitted towards the internet, because, well, the internet was designed for Unix boxes originally, kind of. Or even in concert with, like, networking was was an important thing in there, and having multiple users just turned out, even if you're only a single person using your computer, having certain things, programs run as users was very helpful security-wise, yeah. So, yeah. But at least at the time, it seemed a little bit of a weird choice. And I don't know, given all the work that had to go into Next Step to make no, I lost my train of thought, sorry. So you're having to get Next Step ready to use on Macs was probably about the same amount of work in the end as the work that would have had to go into BOS to give it some of the Mac-like parts it was missing and give it, multi-user support or something. The Aqua UI was completely new on top of Next Step, yeah. But that was, System 8 was originally intended to actually come with theming support. And the architecture was there, and when they released it, that was under Steve Jobs, and he looked at it and said, I don't want other people to control or screw up, I guess, was his thinking, the beauty and the look of my user interface by making weird custom user interfaces. And so he never shipped any themes officially. I think there was a few pre-releases that contained themes, and some people took those and copied them into what was System 8, and it worked. But that was it, basically. So theming, had already been thought of, and of course, they had to do the same work with the first macOS 10, so macOS 10 Server 1.0, which was basically just Next Step, as I mentioned, with a System 8 theme. Not even Aqua, it was the previous one. So they'd already done that work once, and then when they did Aqua, they basically replaced most of the assets and changed the metrics again. Hi Jazz, how's it going? We're just nerding out in the middle of the game about Apple history because we kind of got sidetracked from doing a prank song on Twitch Sings. You remember it took until macOS 10.3 until it was usable for daily use. Yeah, it was... Well, it was... It depends on which parts you're talking about. 10.0 was still basically a late beta. 10.1 was basically the 1.0. And during all of these, they fiddled with the transparency and things like that, but that was... as someone who used it back then, I think 10.1 was where I started using it as my main operating system, and 10.2 was where you felt, okay, now it's adding something over the old macOS 9. For you, it was the audio system in the OS that was usable in 10.3. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There might have been a lot of changes needed in that. Good point. So, Jazz, how's it going? Should we continue in our game here and get psychoanalyzed so we can finally get ourselves committed? What do you think? And how has your week been? Are you doing well?
What's free association like?
It's a test of your reactions to things in your life. I say a word, and then you just say or do the first thing that comes into your head.
Dance a samba, recite the alphabet, scream at the top of my lungs, that sort of thing?
Interesting.
Have we started already?
No, but now we will. Ready?
Is that the word?
No, the word is tumbleweed.
Oh, and now we have to pick something. Okay, so we have, what was it? You're well, okay. Yeah. So we have, what was it? We have 3 things that we need to be, 3 symptoms we have to be shown. We already got the fixation on money. And now we need to, what was it? I think we need a mother fixation, and we need, what was the other thing? I just had it in my head and now it's gone. Yeah, right, haircut. Violent reaction to haircuts or something like that. Let's see, is there anything in the room? I guess maybe there's more things coming. So I guess for tumbleweed we can just, I don't know, like react with the cactus.
Word to the wise, never put your tongue on a cactus.
Or vice versa.
Trigger word causes strange culinary impulses. Possible organic malaise fixation. Now try this one. Crown. Just do or say whatever comes naturally.
Can I play with that?
No! Trigger word results in childlike impulses, indicative of id distortion. Comb.
Okay, comb, and now I don't know. Can we use the boxing glove on her?
I feel strangely like punching something.
Really?
Yes.
Violent reaction to the word. Very interesting. Well, this has been illuminating.
Yes?
Your responses lead me to believe that you have an unusually violent reaction to hairstyling.
You should see him at the podiatrist's.
It could be symptomatic of artificial personality disorder. I'd better mark this on your chart. You have 2 of the symptoms listed on this form.
Am I deranged?
I don't want to alarm you, but probably.
Can I have your hat when they commit you?
Sure, little buddy.
Alright, and now we have to do dream analysis, so maybe we can do this. Okay.
Can you really learn anything from my grotesque, nonsensical dreams?
Oh, absolutely. They reveal your subconscious. It's like peeling an onion.
Youch!
Now just relax and try to remember your dream.
Okay, here goes. My dreams always start in the office. But this time, things were different.
Yes, I can picture it. Tell me what happened.
Okay, is there... Okay, I guess the only thing... So there's a person. Let's see, maybe...
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, you had a special guest. Who was it?
Max, Bosco, you, me. So we can't say our mother. But I guess let's just... I guess let's try... You?
It was you!
Me? My. Oh, I represent your mother.
Yes, you do.
Of course. The feelings of trust, of safety. Besides, I figure the old hag's gotta be in there somewhere. That's psychotherapy 101.
Insightful.
Tell me, in your dream, was I doing anything queer?
You did say something pretty queer.
You ungrateful pup! I went through 3 weeks of labor for you. Wow, it is your mother. I was right, as I usually am.
Alright, what else is there? What can we do?
Not a thing was on TV.
Suggesting you feel television is an intellectual wasteland, devoid of any and all worthwhile content.
No, that can't be right.
Sam & Max had a animated TV series, so my guess is that's why this can't be right.
I noticed something odd on the dartboard.
Oh, something you're shooting for. What was your target?
Brush, tattoo, a diploma. Guess let's pick a diploma. I
It
don't
was
know.
a psychotherapy diploma.
Interesting. Do you secretly want to become a therapist?
No, I publicly want to become a therapist.
Oh, you kidder. Please, try to be serious.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
Ah, the water cooler, a source of refreshment. What was in it?
A rat?
There was a grubby little rat floating in there.
You subconsciously find rats refreshing? Well, I guess that explains why you moved into this neighborhood.
Aw.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
A source of refreshment. What was it?
Oh, I can't watch Jimmy the Rat swimming in there now. I thought it might give a funny conversation or something if he said something, but it's just a regular rat, I guess. Say a gun.
It was a massive, death-dealing revolver.
You subconsciously find revolvers refreshing?
Oh no, it's quite conscious, I assure you.
Hanging on the coat rack was a necktie in the shape of a noose.
Oh my. Sam, I'm not sure how to put this, but I think you may need a therapist. Oh wait, I forgot I am one.
Hi Lemons, how's it going? I'm just trying to get myself committed, so wish me luck.
I noticed something strange growing on my plant.
Yes, the plant represents a source of sustenance. What was on it?
Needles, money, soda can, a dead leaf. Oh.
Needles. It was a cactus.
Your sustenance is needles. Is there something you want to tell me, Sam?
Yes, there is. This isn't costing me anything, is it?
Doing good. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing well. Have the next week off, or this week off, so I will be enjoying that, and I'm playing Sam & Max, so that's a fun blast from the past. Yeah, basically that. Yeah. And there's actually people in chat here, which is also nice for a change.
I didn't notice anything unusual there.
Then why do you mention it?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Donut box. Anything in there?
I remembered that I'd just gotten something from the bakery.
Oh, sounds like you and your special guest there were having a little celebration. What did you get?
Birthday cake, wedding cake. Ah, okay, maybe we can use the wedding cake to turn this weird now.
It was a
And then-
wedding cake, ripe for the toppling.
Wait a second. Wedding cake, your mother. You subconsciously want to marry your own mother.
Well, this is a blow.
This is a definite symptom of artificial personality disorder.
Yes, I mean, I hope it's not serious.
I'd better mark this on your chart. Wow! It must be artificial personality disorder. You've got all the signs. I bet I can get a paper out of this.
Best ship me off to some sort of home for former child stars, then.
I've signed this admissions form, but you'll have to arrange your own transportation. I'm about to be really busy publishing the details of your case.
Since you're crazy, can I drive?
Jumping vehicular homicide, no.
That's totally not unethical to, publish about a patient the moment you've diagnosed them. Must be my face. Wait, that insult didn't come out insulting enough. Yeah, by the way, hi, FaceStream. First time in decades, and with a hopefully halfway decent webcam. So apologies about that. Okay, but now we have the admissions form all filled out. So we can go now and try to get ourselves committed and find out what's going on in this home for former child stars. There's our car. We're freelance police to enforce the law. Dun, dun,
Where we
dun,
going,
dun.
Sam?
Brady Culture's home for former child stars.
Back to Brady Culture's home for former child stars.
Oh, okay.
That's just a closed shop. It doesn't do anything. Alright, so let's hand in our form. Woo. Not at all spooky.
Come on, little buddy. There's justice to be served.
Can we get ice cream afterwards? Justice makes me hungry. This reminds me of that place where Aunt Trudy lives, with the medicine smell and the rubber sheets and the enormous mute Indian.
Sounds like a million laughs.
Yeah, mostly after medication time. Where is everybody?
Pulchritude above doubts. This is Culture's Clubhouse.
Jumping Lon Chaney in a Boffo fright wig. Brady Culture, I presume.
You know who I am? Wow! Evil plans really do work.
Don't get too excited, Stretch Pants. The freelance police are here.
Yes, actually. I've been waiting for you.
Really? Next time, try leaving the front door open. Save us all some grief.
Allow me to explain.
Uh-oh. I think we just triggered a soliloquy.
Good thing I have the attention span of a pint of yak butter.
I never wanted much. Just to be universally loved, that's all. And to be #1 in the TV ratings for the 1971 fall season. But no. Those worthless hacks, the Soda Poppers, with their matching shirts and their cute little jingles. They came on opposite me and stole my audience. I was never offered another role. And now YouTube vigilantes won't even let a poor, down-on-his-luck actor mass hypnotize the entire viewing public to become his worshipful fans forever. How cruel.
Is it over?
I think so.
So...
Whoops.
Since you've ruined the beautiful irony of having my arch-rivals run my promotional campaign, I'm afraid you'll just have to take their places.
In your dreams, Culture.
No, my friends. In yours.
Hey, that tickles.
Become Video Delivery Man.
Ruh-roh.
What? What's happening?
Oh, no! Oh, no! What are you doing?
I don't know.
You were in on it all along. I told you it was a conspiracy. I told you, but then you already knew, didn't you?
No, Bosco. I must deliver videos.
Call the CIA! Call Interpol! Call Mickey Rooney!
Must deliver Mickey Rooney videos.
Ah!
Okay.
I must deliver videos.
Okay, I can do
I
something.
must deliver videos. I must deliver videos.
Who's that? That was Brady Culture, the guy that hypnotized the Soda Poppers, I guess, and the guy that did the voiceovers earlier. No, not good. And walking in and out. Okay, I guess we can apply the same solution as before.
Oh, don't even try it.
Yay!
I love that part.
It's Lon Chaney, you mean?
Uh-oh. Either I just walked into the Salvador Dali Memorial Wax Museum, or I'm dreaming.
You love me. You adore me. Become Video Delivery Man. Do my evil bidding and so forth.
Holy brains in a blender. I'm still hypnotized. If only I could remember what Sybil told me to do.
Destroy the intruder in your dream.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sam, I'm up here.
Oh, hi, little buddy.
Brady stole my body. I hate when people do that. You gotta get me down from here.
Okay, little guy, I'll save you.
Lon Chaney was an early film star who played Phantom in The Phantom of the Opera in 1925. Ah, okay, that was it, right. You feel like
I
half the
will
jokes
be
go over
number
your
one in
head?
the ratings. Now, and thanks to cable for all eternity.
But you got that one. Which joke did you... Oh, the Lon Chaney thing you meant. Okay. I mean, he was doing the whole organ thing and things, so it works pretty well.
I
There's
will
a
be
light switch.
universally loved.
I think someone needs to turn the lights out on your career, Brady.
What? No!
Oh, that Brady culture. He turns the world off with his smile.
Okay. Kotrak looks interesting.
It's just a dream, Sam.
I may not show it much, but I love you, Sam. Now go wash my car.
Okay, so is Bosco our father or what? Aw. It's Luxo Jr. Look, he's looking around. Do it again.
Brady culture has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
It's Brady culture on TV.
Yes, right where I belong. Everyone watch me. Me!
Yeah, the Pixar lamp. Luxo Jr. Right, exactly. Oh my, the cuteness. Okay, let's see. If we remove the
Wonder
antenna,
what would
does
happen
that...
to the picture quality if I gave this a tug.
No! I must be on TV for all eternity. No!
Oh yes, that's much better reception.
I like how weird this is.
Brady's stolen Max's body.
Oh, and it feels good, too. I just love my new furry paws and cute little tail.
Hey, don't touch my tail, you psychopathic body stealer. Ooh, just let me at him.
Just want to make a little smoke here.
You want to name every single one of your children after me.
Okay, so... I like that Jesse James hand up there.
Dance, puppet, dance.
Okay, so the red is someone scared, but he's made from cheese, so we want the red there. And there's a bicycle pump, so can we maybe embiggen
What is this
the...
thing?
Yes.
Sweet rodent eating disorders. That is one fat rat.
I love my hair. And
Hey, Brady Cheese.
what is it, fool?
I'd like
Yes.
to introduce you to a little friend of mine.
No, the cheese must stand alone. No!
And another one bites the cheese.
Poor Brady got eaten. At least we didn't have to watch. Alright, so we've gotten rid of
I
all
will
of
have
them.
legions of sickening breakfast.
Weird.
What can we do with this hand? A coat hanger.
That doesn't even work in a dream.
Nope. It's pointing at us though.
I am Brady Culture, and you are not. Get used to it.
And you are not. Okay. Good to know that I'm not Brady Culture because I might have mistaken that otherwise. Okay, we can't go out there.
Brady.
This is the
What
last
is this
thing we-
doing here? Hey, it's loose. Whoa!
Okay.
That was the most fun I've had since I lost my body. Let's do it again, Sam.
What now?
Yay! That was great. But Sam, if you'll notice, I'm right back where I started.
Okay, hold on. I'll think of something.
Alright, do we have to get him back on that body or something?
Brady's stolen Max's body.
Just let me at him.
Can we like shoot at him and make him move or something?
Didn't hurt.
Brady's stolen Max's body.
Just let me at him.
Wait, there's a fish outside the window. What's the smoke?
Why, yes, this is my real head.
Strange.
So that's the only things we haven't yet been able to do anything with.
Brady Culture. Nice name for a country, don't you think? Can I shoot the water dispenser and flush him aside?
Whoa!
Yay! I'm right back where I started.
Okay, hold on. I'll think of something.
No, water cooler doesn't do anything.
Brady Culture is the man of your dreams.
Enigmatic.
I may not show it much, but I love you, Sam. Now go wash my car.
Anything else around to interact with? Shoot the
Women
sign.
want me.
That might be.
Men
It's
want
where
to
the thing is, yeah.
Whoa!
Has the same effect.
Yay! I'm right back where I started.
Okay, hold on. I'll get you.
Oh, maybe if I stand here, ish, and shoot at it, I can remotely operate it. That's a good idea, Lucas. Oh, and a different perspective.
Whoa! Gotcha.
Yep.
Yay!
We've got Max's head. Yes, Max gave us head. Never mind. Alright, and now can I just use Max with Brady?
Oh, Mr. Culture, I have a surprise for you.
Really? For me? No!
Oh, my.
Thanks, Sam. A little stringy, but good. Oh, I just remembered. I'm supposed to be somewhere.
Bye, Max.
It worked.
Oh,
Oh no, he's awake. We're done for.
Save the girlish histrionics, Bosco. I'm all right. I was merely the victim of your garden variety video delivery hypnosis scheme.
Okay, but what about your co-conspirator?
My co-conspirator. Holy underpants draped to the mast of a sinking pork rind freighter. That hirsute eomaniac kidnapped my little buddy.
Hi, River. How's it going? You're laughing about what? About what are you laughing? This game is hilarious. Yeah, it is. Really weird. How will I stop Brady?
Any idea how I can curtail this culture crisis?
Brady Culture? Ibo man, stay away from him. He's got it in for me.
Sorry, Bosco, no can do. I've got to save my furry little pal. I don't suppose you have a Bosco Tech device that stymies hypnosis-inducing energy beams.
A hypnosis blocker? I thought about making one of those, but I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I've got to find something, quick. Thanks, Bosco.
Do me proud.
Okay, I guess we need a hypnosis blocking device. Somewhere. River, have you played that game before, or seen it played, or whatever, or have you? Is it just from what you've seen so far?
There's no time for that. I've got to rescue Max.
Okay, let's see. Where can we go? What can we do? Where is Max? I like that they even have the trains passing back there. Let's see if anything's going on at Sybil's, I guess. Find out where we're supposed to go next and do something.
Doc! Max is gone.
Well, most of us outgrow our imaginary friends eventually.
No, that megalomaniac Brady Culture's got him.
I see. Of course.
Hang on. Were you implying that Max is imaginary?
I wasn't implying anything, though he does seem a little improbable.
You see him too, though, right?
True, but then I'm a psychotherapist.
I'm not quite sure I understand this argument, but okay, yeah, sure. And you know, she has a point. Max seems kind of improbable.
I've got to find some way to block a hypnotic ray. I don't suppose you, as a brain specialist of sorts, would know anything. Great suffering lab rats. You do know something. Out with it, before my synapses fuse into a milky puddle of slag.
Well, it's a gross breach of doctor-patient privilege for me to even tell you about it. But one of my more technologically inclined patients drew me a diagram of a contraption he claimed will block hypnosis.
That's just the sort of ridiculously lucky break I need.
It's a huge violation of every reasonable code of ethical conduct, of course, but you being a policeman of sorts, I suppose it's okay to give you the diagram.
My lack of solid engineering background has finally caught up with me. I can't make any sense of this.
I'd love to help, but engineering is one of the few fields I haven't tried. Sorry.
She's very versatile. I mean, you know, going from tattoos and piercing to psychotherapy. Respect. Let's see, is there anything in the cupboard we can steal?
That won't help me rescue Max.
Aww. He's not an imaginary friend. Well, it would be... I imagine it would be nice to have a friend like Max. Also infuriating. Alright. Where do we go next? I guess let's see. Bosco doesn't know where to begin, so maybe Bosco can build it now. Of course, the question is, what will it cost us? Hey, can you build that for us?
Bosco, take a gander at this.
What is it, a death threat?
Even better, it's instructions for the latest in Bosco Tech innovation.
Let's see, a conda for that, yeah. Yeah, I can build this. Just need one thing.
What's that?
Something for that antenna thing at the top.
Antenna, got it.
Okay, antenna. We've had an antenna earlier, so maybe the TV antenna is still there. Ah! Clicked out of the window again.
Max isn't gonna like it when he finds out I ruined our reception. I've got to tell him as soon as possible. You know who would have loved that? Max. That's exactly the sort of thing Max would have looked at.
Okay, I guess we can't use the door to get at our cheese right now. But I wanted cheese. So, back to Bosco and give him stuff that he needs. I wish they would let you like hold the button to walk or I don't know, just have him keep walking or something. It's a little confusing because the picture doesn't move, so you can't just say go to the end of the street.
You okay?
Yep. Thanks, Bosco.
Do me proud.
No. Okay, give him the coat on.
Will a make-do antenna do as a make-do antenna?
Yeah, okay. Let me just add a little Bosco Tech innovation. And here it is, the most sophisticated hypnosis blocking helmet the world has ever seen.
Happy days are here again. Uh-oh, seems like the old moolah gauge is running on empty.
I take it. Just stop that Brady culture. He's got it in for me.
You're a credit to dementia, Bosco.
You'll have to pay for the next one, though.
Okay, so we didn't have to pay anything. That's good. We only needed the thingamajig. Put that on now.
I'll put it on inside Brady Culture's home. I wouldn't want to be caught wearing last year's fashions in this neighborhood.
Okay. I guess we get to the car and rescue our little friend.
I'm coming, Max.
Nice touch, extra voice line. For more drama. Oh, I guess they could detect it because we don't have Max with us right now. So they had to special case it anyway, and so they said, hey, we can put a voice line here. I like little game development touches like this.
Rule number 3. Always wear protective headgear when confronting diabolical villains with hypnotic devices. Hand over the Lagomorph, Culture.
Sam! Boy, am I glad to see you. Johann Sebastian here only knows how to play one song.
What's this, a rerun? Didn't we just see the dog getting hypnotized episode? Well, if you really want to watch it again... What?
Another triumph for skanky ingenuity and ordinary kitchenware. Give it up, Culture. Your quiche is cooked.
Time out for the cavalry!
You've colored outside the lines of the law, Brady Culture.
We see you, and this time we're
Going to get hypnotized again.
That was clever.
I'm sure you all remember the commands I taught you. So now, my foolish pawns, attack the dog!
Oh. Good thing they're not very good at this. Boxing glove him. Aibo
It's a
videos?
stack of those Aibo videos. I feel like making a bad pun about Brady's organ, but I'm a little busy right now.
That didn't work. Hi, River. So, have you played this game before, or are you just enjoying it?
Every
because-
bed's got its own TV. Creepy.
Okay, I guess that's what it does. Then.
You okay, little buddy?
Oh, sure. I've been amusing our adversary with gory haiku poems while he plays that dumb song over and over.
Hey, that's my theme song.
You
I
just
feel like
missed,
making a bad pun about Brady's organ, but I'm a little busy right now.
just missed Brady's organ.
You may as well give up now, Culture. Your hypnotic ray thingamadoodle won't work on me anymore.
True, but I have my adoring minions.
Yeah, they don't really like you, though.
Shut up, they do so. I forced them to.
Can I talk to them? Oh, okay. What is this? Attack? Brady culture.
Attack Brady Culture.
No, attack the dog!
Ow!
Attack the videotapes.
Attack the videotapes.
Please, attack the dog!
Ouch!
Become yourselves.
Become yourselves.
Attack the dog!
Ow!
So I guess we have to make them become something interesting. Become me.
Become me.
Somersaulting Democrats in a crate of sauerkraut.
Patience is a sharp razor to swallow.
You crack me up, little buddy.
Who's that supposed to be?
Stop this foolishness! Attack the dog!
Ow! Attack Brady Culture.
No,
did
attack
that,
the
didn't we?
dog!
Ow!
I think we didn't do become Brady culture yet. did we?
Become Brady Culture.
Do my evil bidding.
Worship the videotape.
What nonsense! Attack the dog!
Ow!
Okay, that alone won't do it, I guess. How can we talk to Brady?
You should surrender. I've got the place surrounded.
Liar, liar, pants on fire!
Every bed's got its own TV. Creepy.
So what can we do with this? Oh, worship. Ooh.
Worship me.
No, me, worship me! You're my minions, mine! Me, attack the dog!
I clicked on sorry. But now I think I have an idea.
Worship
some
me.
more.
No, me! Worship me! Everything is about me!
Now Attack me.
Attack me.
No, me! Attack me!
Yes.
Me! Yes! Oops, no, wait, I mean, oh! Hey!
Smart move, Sam. You played him like a $2 glockenspiel.
I learned all my best tactics in the 1st grade.
I tried to send you semaphore signals with my ears, but you know how I always get the K and the V mixed up.
You crack me up, little buddy. Well, I guess we should dehypnotize these poor saps again and be on our way.
Let me! You know how I adore gratuitous violence.
Well, that's that, Max. Another boot to the pasty ass of crime. Thank goodness this whole hypnotic mind control thing didn't go any further. That could have been really annoying.
It's great to be on your show, Myra. I'm a huge fan. I just can't seem to stop watching for some reason.
You made me mess up.
Okay, and that's the end of the first episode of season 1. We have 5 more episodes to go. The next one is called Sam at Max, season 1, episode 2, Situation Comedy. So, yeah. I guess this is a good point where we can, where we can then end the stream as well, because we're just at the end of our 4th hour. So perfect timing, Sam and Max. Thank you. I hope it's been a little bit of interest and fun for you people. Yeah, it's a interesting game with many silly moments, I think, and I like that about them. And with some fun music, as you can hear. Oh yeah, and you like the dream scene? That was creative. Yeah. They have a bunch of fun things in there. The puzzles are also pretty nice. All right. So as you know, these streams happen every Sunday. So next episode will be next Sunday. So there's that. Maybe we can... Oh, I just realized I need another scene that I haven't thought of, and that would now be really useful. Anyway, I guess we use this one. Or maybe I should just do a quick edit. No, I don't. I'll do that later. Enough live editing of scenes on stream for today. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so next episode will be starting at 5 p.m. Central European Daylight Savings Time next Sunday. But for anyone who's interested, my plan is to have more streams during the week because I have the week off and I wanted to do some fun streams, particularly on Tuesday because that's my birthday. So I hope to see some of you people then. I don't really have a fixed time. I've marked off in the schedule from 1 to 8. So that would be like until 1 hour ago. And that's 4 hours earlier than this stream started today. You can click schedule under this stream to see that. But yeah, if you're interested, then drop by. I don't know if you want to lurk, that's fine. If you want to chat, I'd be happy to chat. I'd be happy to nerd out. I've been thinking about various things that I could do. I'm not yet 100% sure what I'll actually do. So I'll just spontaneously decide that. But I have Horizon Zero Dawn, the PC version here, that I kind of want to play a little bit. So I might do that. I might do some drawing on stream. I have that software here. It's actually down here. Actually wanted to use... Oh, you can't see that because I'm not capturing stream again. Why am I even... Anyway, yeah, I actually wanted to buy a new drawing software, but my bank changed something about the credit cards, so their store doesn't accept me right now. Maybe I get that worked out until then I'll have fun experimenting with my new drawing program instead of the old one whose manufacturer went out of business a while ago. But I fortunately still had the installer lying around somewhere. I might be doing some programming because, yeah, I have some programming projects that I wanted to tinker with. And of course, there are other games. There are also some people who have mentioned they might be available for playing games with me. So, that might be happening spontaneously. Live action text file editing. Yeah, pretty much. Well, the thing I'd be working on would be my programming language, so most of the things you would see would also only be text, so I'm not sure how much will be happening. Maybe I'll do that at the start, and then when I get bored, play some game. Some of the games I'm thinking about playing, and if you own any of these games and would like to play them with someone, let me know. I have Guild Wars 2 here, where I am on the US server though, but since one of my friends is on the EU server, and I created ages ago a free EU account, but of course it doesn't have any of the expansions. If someone says, hey, I play Guild Wars 2, but I play it on the EU server, there might still be a way to make that work. Or we might even end up on there. On the other hand, if you're on the US server, we might have to work it out to a time where that other friend isn't there, if that works out. You have watched streamers edit XML before. You would not be the first. Yeah. So you don't know Guild Wars 2. Well, it's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, basically. So you run around as a sort of fantasy character, I guess, and do various quests. I have Sea of Thieves here, which is basically player versus player pirates on ships. Just driving around on the seas and collecting loot. There might be some Twitch sings, of course, which, since I can do that during the day now, might mean I take the opportunity to do some of the louder songs without being afraid to watch the neighbors. Of course, there's Star Wars The Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO. Star Wars The Old Republic is free, by the way, so that means you can just, if you want, you can just download that and we can work out what server we want to play on together. So if you're interested in Star Wars, it's a very story-heavy game, so there would be an opportunity to just play those. Then what else do we have? There is Star Trek Online has a summer event. Star Trek Online is also a free-to-play game, so you could also download that if you're interested in playing Star Trek and could play that with me. I'll probably be doing a little bit of Star Trek Online every day because they have the summer event right now, so at least I'd log in, do my summer daily thing, so I get the spaceship at the end, I hope. That would be there. Do I have Astroneers? Yes, I do have Astroneers. That would also be something fun that we could play. What other games do we have? I have Overwatch, so if any of you has that and wants to play it with me, we could group up and play that together. That's also an option. Wait, I think I made a list of some more games that I do have Conan Exiles, so I could host a game on that. I have Raft. So Conan Exiles is basically you're stuck in a desert, like Stone Age-like, and there are monsters and people that attack you, and you kind of, learn how to make bricks, learn how to make weapons, collect resources to do that, and then try to build a house where you're safe. And so I could just, start a game like that and invite some people into the game hosted on my computer. And then we could play that together. Raft is kind of the same idea, but you're on a raft on the ocean that is like 4 squares big, and then you have to kind of build your raft basically, and occasionally stop by islands and collect more resources there or fish resources out of the water. So that would definitely be also an option. I have Satisfactory, which is also sort of in a similar vein in that you're dropped on a planet, again have to collect resources and build factories in this case, so conveyor belts and little buildings, and build stuff. That game is in early access and doesn't quite have a story or something, but it's kind of fun to kind of like build up a factory until you can build certain kinds of items. So there might be some playing of that as well if anyone is interested, or if I'm alone or something. By the way, if you come in and say, hey, I see you're playing one game, but I'd be interested in playing the other one, particularly if there's no one else playing with me at that moment, then, just say, hey, I have this game, do you want to play it with me? And we can do that. I also have a few Jackbox games, which are kind of quiz games. So if there's a lot of people there that want to play that, you don't need to own the Jackbox games. You basically just need to log into a website, and the Jackbox stuff will be on my screen. So that would also be something we can play. So let's see. I think I made a few notes. Oh, I do have the Borderlands games 1, 2, and 3 as well. So if anyone wants to multiplayer that. I also own Defiance 2050 and Secret World Legends. I have Elder Scrolls Online. I have Portal 2. I have Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is a 2-player co-op game if you want to play that. I have Volcanoids. I have Mass Effect Andromeda, and one could play that multiplayer, which I think can be up to 4 people. I own The Division 1, but have barely played it, so if anyone always wanted to try that out and was looking for someone to play it with, that would be an option. I did get Ark and Farm Simulator 19 for free on Epic. I have Warframe. And I have Destiny 2. So if any of these games sound interesting to you and you come by and see that I'm on streaming and want to play those, then let me know and I might play that with you. You're playing Ragnarok, Terra, and Final Fantasy XIV. I do not have Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't think I have either any of these. You haven't played any of the other games, though. Astroneer is on your wish list. I've played Astroneer little, and it's fun so far, but it's definitely one of those games you want to play with other people. I think that makes it more interesting than just slaving away on your own on that. Jackbox is like You Don't Know Jack. Exactly, yeah. If you've played the You Don't Know Jack game, then that's basically... It's like a fun, irreverent quiz show. They have like different games. Like, for example, one of the Jackbox games is basically kind of like a fun getting to know your friends game where you can just like, where it will say like, say what this player would do in this situation, or I don't know, if they could only eat one food for the rest of their life, what would it be, or something like that. The questions are a little funnier. I can't think of any right now. But like, and then you have to come up with like an answer, and that player will give their true answer. and you kind of have to find an answer that other players will fall for and find the right answer, and then get, then as a result you get points, and then at the end someone wins. Or there is TKO, which is everyone basically draws like on the computer screen, so it looks really janky and with like thick pens. You draw a certain t-shirt design, and you type in random names for t-shirts, and then people, those get randomly mashed up, and then people vote for different t-shirts, and like the t-shirt that fits its title best or something wins. It's lots of games like that. They're really fun party games. And the nice thing is only one person has to own it, put it on their screen, so that would be me with the stream right now, and then you can play it. There's also a Trivia Murder Party, which is like a slightly horror-themed in that, you're abducted by a serial killer and have to answer quiz questions. If you answer a question wrong, you die. And the quiz questions, are something like which of these are not mammals, or which of these actors... what's it like? Which of these actors, I don't know, was not born in Germany or whatever? I don't know. They have or has a peg leg or whatever. Like some things that you might know or might not know, and some of them are funny or weird or something. And yeah, exactly. And once you die, there is you kind of keep playing. And at the end, you have a chance to overtake the last survivor as you kind of race for the exit. It's a really fun game, and all those Jackbox games they're basically just, most of them are kind of quiz or puzzle, quiz show style games, but they all have a fun theme. Like there's one that's basically like on a cruise ship and things like that. There's some really fun games there. So I'll see if I don't know, that one will probably only happen if we have a lot of people in the stream at the same time who say, hey, I want to take part in this game, because you need like 3 or 4 people to play that game, including me, but still. But anyway, so if any of the games I just rattled off sounds of any interest to you, then look next week and maybe drop by and say, hey, I want to play this game. Do you want to play it as well? And otherwise, I might just, like play a certain of these games alone for a little while or something, and then switch to another one. Depends. And also, if you have suggestions, for games like Lucius did, then do that. But as I mentioned, some of these games are also free. So like Star Trek Online, Star Wars The Old Republic is free. I think Guild Wars 2 is essentially free, as long as you don't want to play any of the expansions. Destiny 2 is free, so you could just, download those and play them. If you claimed all your games conscientiously recently, then that works as well. You could download it, but you'd be a low-level player. That's fine. Most of these games have some sort of level sync, and in some of these games, I'm a low-level player myself, so it's kind of, I'm thinking that I'll just be, playing some random games, whatever, entertains me, and chat with people. Leveling up is usually a grind. Well, most of the, and like, that's something you can do. One can, just start together. That's one thing that you can do. Just group up. You already are playing 3 MMOs, so you won't have time to play another. Yeah. I mean, nobody says we have to finish the MMO or you have to keep playing, but at least, like, one of the things is, you can just, like, peek at another MMO that you always were curious about and try it out. For example, if you're in any way a Star Wars fan and haven't played Star Wars The Old Republic yet, I would recommend giving that a try, because it's a BioWare game. It has a whole lot of story, and different from other MMOs, you can basically play it alone if you want to. But it works pretty well if you play it together with some people. So it's cool to like just be able to play your own kind of Star Wars story. And if you coordinate a little bit at the start and who plays which class, you can actually set it up so you can play together and like can play 2 class stories at the same time. So that's a game that basically 2 people can play together, have some fun out of playing together, and like play on the same planet. Things like that. And Star Trek Online, you can basically play most of it together. You just have to be the same faction, and then that's it. So yeah, hopefully see some of you next week. So how late will I be playing was, I think, one other questions. You don't have any Guild Wars 2 expansions, but you paid big bucks for the base game. Okay. And you didn't, you should, I don't know if you've played it recently, but I think I got something like as a reward, I think, because I bought something that then went free. So you might have gotten something for that. Maybe if you buy the base game, maybe you actually got one of the expansions or something. Who knows? But anyway, if I were playing on the EU server, then I would be on my account without the expansions anyway, so there would be no expansions happening. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, and like Raft and Satisfactory, basically, if you know the game, own the game, we can play together. So those are all options. Anyway, so hopefully see some of you next week, and I think one thing